What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Podcast, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. My name's Jonathan, a.k.a. The Commish. Joining me today, as always, we got the Doc. Returning to the show, Dynasty Owl. Good to have you back, my man.
Let's go.
It's doing great. You know me, love to talk rookies and always fantasy football. So good to be back.
Just one thing I wanted to pass along before we jump into it. MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com, 700 Dynasty Leagues. We've never folded a single one. Take a look in the description. Got a link to the Dynasty Orphanage. New teams get posted every day. Half price is the previous owners paid your deposit. Definitely a good way to jump in and get your feet wet. Not what we're here to talk about, though. It's Dynasty Rookie Spotlight time. Next guy on the list here, we got Pitt quarterback Kenny Pickett, selected 1.20 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. 6'3", 220. 23 years old. Last season at Pitt, 334 completions, 4,300 yards, and a very impressive 42 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. The only quarterback drafted in the first round. Your guys' thoughts, and I guess we'll take a super flex look at this. Sure. Your guys' thoughts on Kenny Pickett, Dynasty Outlook, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I didn't sound out too good.
Huh? Yeah. I could talk more about Kenny Pickett because I've been firmly against Kenny Pickett for a long time, but for whatever reason, somehow out of nowhere last year, he actually looked like a good quarterback. Took a big jump, showed some good wheels. He's got good athleticism. I mean, he's accurate. He doesn't quite have like the biggest arm in the world, and he's not like the most impressive quarterback you'll ever see, but I think he's solid enough that he has like a decent future in the NFL. I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular, but I think at least in the short term, while he's on this rookie deal, he'll be productive, or he should be.
I agree. Malik Willis was my quarterback one going in this class, going in the draft, but yeah.
Has that changed since the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it had, like, in terms of Superflex rankings on it, yeah, it has to. Kenny Pickett's a guy who probably will start very early in the season. I know Trubisky's not awful, but Malik Willis might be sitting for a while, and I think that's fine. I mean, he's a third-round quarterback, and then, Ritter probably has to see the field next. But, yeah, I'd say because of just the fact that he has that first-round draft capital, Pittsburgh has pretty solid weapons, too. Deontay Johnson, Claypool, Pickens, now Calvin Austin, Najee Harris. I think he's definitely my quarterback one out of this draft class now. Single quarterback leagues, I have basically zero interest, but Superflex, yeah, I mean, he's going to be a first round pick in Superflex leagues. I don't know how early, but
it's not very early.
Really? I hate to
there's people who will take him at the 1.1 in rookie Superflex drafts just because some people would just value the quarterback like crazy. I'm not one of those people, but I don't know.
I could say personally, I'm in a super flex league that has started drafting already, and I think he went 6th.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
And was he the first quarterback off the board, I'm assuming?
Yeah, and just for perspective, last year I think the first 4 picks, 3 of them were quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I think Pitts was the only outlier.
Interesting.
All right, super flex draft.
And I hate to do it, man, but you're on the clock in your super flex leagues. You need a quarterback. Let's say you're a quarterback needy team. I mean, what's the earliest that you guys would consider picking him? Is it 6? Is it before that? Where do you guys sit on that?
That's a perfect question because I've got a super flex team. I don't do a lot of super flex, but I've got a couple, and my team's pretty loaded except for the quarterback position. Quarterbacks are weak. I've got the 1.3 right now. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about it, just because it's impossible to trade for quarterbacks in this thing. Right. I really don't want to do it. I'm trying to move back a little bit, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't considering it at 3, but I still don't think I'll do it. But I'll keep you updated. Draft's like next Saturday. So.
And I'm in a very similar situation. I actually have the 3 and the 4 pick. And the only quarterback I have on the roster is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, am I pulling the trigger this early? It's interesting. Doc, what about you? What's the earliest you think you'd pull the trigger? And I just want you to know, Dynasty Owl, I also am considering it.
Yeah. And part of being a Browns fan, it's like almost like a handcuff. Like, at least if he's good, then you get something out of it.
Yeah, right.
Right. I mean, I would say, it depends how bad you need a quarterback. I personally don't think I would take him that high. I mean, even in a super flex, it would be tough to take him like top 3. I really would have trouble pulling the trigger on him that early. But yeah, I mean, if I'm really quarterback needy, I mean, I can't really fault anybody for taking him. He's probably going to be the one that gets on the field, the most soon. Seems like that.
For sure.
But even then, I mean, now we're thinking more non-super flex, but like think about how far Justin Herbert was drafted in standard rookie drafts because everyone knew he was going to be the backup to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, standard
And
draft. I think
he basically went undrafted.
Right, and I think standard QB league, one quarterback leagues, I think he should be 3rd round or undrafted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that. All right, and then this is just for the, I'm going to shoot a trade at you guys, Dynasty. This is definitely going to be a super flex question. You're on the clock. Which quarterback would you rather have, Kenny Pickett or Mills Davis?
Ooh.
Oh. Do I want Davis Mills?
Or Davis Mills?
So I'm gonna go Pickett because he just got that 1st round draft capital, and I think the weapons are better.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Davis Mills is gonna have a legit chance to be the guy, but the guy picked in the 1st round has more opportunities to be the guy than Davis Mills does.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and also from an organizational standpoint, I feel a lot better in betting on the quarterback that the Steelers are riding with than the quarterback that the Houston Texans are riding with. So I'm also going to go with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I think I'm with you too. The weapons in Pittsburgh, just a little bit too much. All right, good stuff, guys. As always, if you could hit the like and subscribe button, love for you to come be a part of the Masters family. Any last words, guys?
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching.